All right, helicopter warfare in Vietnam. And did you mean like warfare? It says W-A-R-E. What is warfare? Hey, old Billy Rednuts. I just wanted to recommend that you listen to episode 248 of Jocko Willink's podcast with John Stryker Meyer, where they discuss Operation Tailwind of the Vietnam War in great detail from the point of view of the soldiers who survived this operation. Well, I'm already in. Helicopters were beginning to play huge roles in warfare strategy during the time and were used to carry soldiers deep behind enemy lines during the Vietnam War. The stories they share are absolutely insane in this podcast. They talk about what it was like to fly with the pilots who would fly in and out of the jungle to rescue soldiers while being shot at. Yeah. There's a comic I know, Tom Rhodes. His dad flew a helicopter in Vietnam, and I smoked a cigar with him one time, and he told me some absolutely insane stories. Anyway, and while the helicopter flying in front of them, okay, wait, I told that Tom Rhodes thing in the middle of a sentence. Let me back up here. They talk about what it was like to fly with pilots who would fly in and out of the jungle to rescue soldiers while being shot at, and while the helicopters flying in front of them are getting shot down. Dude, the balls of that. Crazy stories about dealing with engine failure from enemy fire, handling auto rotations with a full load of wounded soldiers. Yeah, you're probably loaded beyond what you could carry in some instances, and surviving crash landings. I know you're a nerd when it comes to helicopters. Guilty as charged. I know you would appreciate the skills of these military helicopter pilots even more than someone who knows nothing about helicopters. Warning, though, some of the stories are very graphic. Hope you and your family are doing well in this new normal, and go fuck yourself. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. That's amazing. I will definitely check that out. I actually ran into a guy that flew helicopters, and I think he flew them in the Middle East. I was like, wow, that's cool. You know, now that you're out, you got a pilot, you still fly or whatever? And he goes, nah. He goes, I kind of lost my thrill for it. Once you get shot at when you're up there, you kind of like being down here. All right. Oh, and last week I was talking about the Seahawks. Forever I've been trying to find a picture of a Seahawk. I could never find one. And then I saw someone on Barstool Sports saying they're not a real animal. And but then a bunch of people, including this person, reached out, said Seahawks, and I'm talking about the Seattle Seahawks here, and now we're talking about the bird here. Seahawks are another name for an osprey, O-S-P-R-E-Y. I don't know. Let's find out how to say that. So the next time I'm at a cocktail party and they bring up NFL football, it could be the Seattle Seahawks. That's actually just another name for an osprey. And then they'll go, okay, douche. All right, how do you say this? Oh, wait.
Osprey.
Oh, osprey. It's an osprey. Seahawks are another name for osprey. Hey Billy Bird Boy. My apology if I'm the 30th bird nerd to email you what a Seahawk is. That's about right, about 30 people. But heard you bitching about mascots on the September 28th podcast and needed to weigh in. Most of the times I'm not bitching. I just have that tone in my voice. An osprey is the bird that the Seattle Seahawks are named for. The Seattle Osprey. I can see why they chose Seahawks. Seahawks, Seattle Seahawks. C Rider. Seahawks are just the common name for them. They mainly hunt fish and have evolved for this purpose. I got to tell you, they're a good-looking bird, especially for a hawk. They usually look like really pissed. This one just looks like, I don't know, annoyed but like kind of self-satisfied. Maybe just ate. That's good to know. Because there were a number of things, Remember for the longest, because you couldn't look that shit up when you were a kid. Like I remember when I was a kid and I was watching Len Bias, the great Len Bias, rest his soul, when he was playing for Maryland, and they were the Terrapins. And I was like, what the fuck is a Terrapin? You'd have to go all the way down to the goddamn library, instead of just reaching down with your cancer-causing phone, which is right next to your balls, and looking up, what is a terrapin? And then you can just wait for someone to ask, what is a terrapin after you just looked it up? It's a turtle. What are you, a fucking moron? You didn't look it up with your thumb in your pocket? Sorry. Very dehydrated. I've been doing the elliptical all week. The elliptical.